Hey AJ, it's so nice to have you on the show today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very good, Elisa. It's a pleasure to be on your show, and as a podcast host, it's also very good sometimes, to also be a guest. And
Yeah.
after a long time, I'm being a guest on your show. This is the beginning of a new beginning, in fact.
Awesome, beautiful. I love that, and thank you so very much for being here. And you see, AJ, oftentimes I love to thank my guest for two things, and I do this so often to the point where it has become an anthem for me. So, firstly, I want to say thank you so very much, AJ, for investing in yourself. You see, you are on this platform right now because you did invest in yourself. And oftentimes, AJ, I love to make reference to the amazing mango tree. You see, some months back, I was on a particular road, and just by the roadside, there was this very tall, unattractive mango tree. And I use the word unattractive because the mango tree's got no mangoes on it, and the leaves were all dry. So I just walked past it and I went my way. But you see, AJ, just recently, I was on that same road, and this time around, a lot's changed about the mango tree. The mango tree caught my attention pretty good from a distance, and immediately I got the urge to move so close to it, of which I did, and it wowed me. Because now the mango tree's got a lot of mangoes on it, beautiful green leaves and healthy branches. It was such a lovely moment that day. I was so excited. Here is my point. The fact that you dedicated your time, energy, and resources to becoming the amazing AJ that you are today, that alone has made it really impossible for me to skip you. And that's why you see you got the request from me to be on the show because I was attracted to the fruit of what you're doing. Your philosophies, your insight, your work, how you're offering your solutions, these stuffs are amazing. And just before you got the request from me, I said to myself, I said I've got to benefit from these beautiful things AJ is doing, not only me now, but even the audience. And here we are today with the amazing AJ. So thank you so very much for doing that to yourself. And secondly, thank you for saying yes to the invite. Because if you had said nope, there was nothing Elisha could do about it. Thank you so much, my man.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be with you, Alicia. I can tell you that. And this, as I said, coming from India, we always believe in the divine. So I did till now. I've done only one podcast, guesting, and then there was a break of almost 1.5 years. I just didn't get much time. But then I thought, I don't know. There was something divine. I thought, earlier I thought I will not do it for some more time. And then when I saw your invite, I just thought, okay, let me start with this, and then I just started. And after that, I did accept a few other invites, but yours is the first one. The proof is there
First,
on the profile itself. And I'm
wonderful.
very happy to be here. It's a divine
Wonderful.
calling sort of a thing.
Yeah, I tell you, and I'm so excited to know that. Awesome. So let's get started, JC. I'm quite excited to have you on the show today for two reasons. Firstly, my interest in knowledge seeking. I believe in order for one to transition from a terrible situation to that of a beautiful one, AJ, I believe it takes the application of knowledge, quality information, and not just knowledge now, but the application of it. And you see, AJ, ever since I discovered that light in the Hebrew means knowledge and darkness means ignorance, I've been so keen to knowledge seeking because I do not want to remain in the dark. So that's going to make our conversation today very important to me and even to the listeners. The second reason why I'm excited to have the amazing AJ on the show is for the sake of the audience. You see, AJ, we live in an age where information is as abundant as grains of sand. We've got lots of information flying out there. So these folks trust me for quality, eye-opening, and very important information, of which I am totally convinced that our conversation is going to be insightful and impactful. So for that reason, AJ, my man, let's get started with your introduction. Talk to us about your personal or professional journey, because right now we are so curious. We want to know how AJ got here. Then afterwards, I've gotten some beautiful questions for you. Okay, AJ, my man, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alicia, once again for this. My journey has been pretty, straightforward, I would say, in that sense, in the professional sense that I've been, a journalist for many, many years. That's been my bread and butter, and more than 25 years into media. And then when COVID was there, then I thought, okay, why not use this time to get into a bit of podcasting? And after a few months of doing shows, recorded shows, audio, and all that stuff, I thought, this is the time now. When I came across Podmatch, that was the time I thought I can get a lot of guests here from here, and this will give me a chance to continuously gain knowledge from a lot of people and spread it to the world. And then I started using my understanding of live podcasting, and that is why from the very beginning went on video itself, and that has once that got started, I have not stopped in that. More than 2,000 live shows from till now on video, and also obviously it all goes on audio. And this has given a new lease of life to my journalism itself. Earlier on, I used to work for other companies, other channels, other establishments, but this has created a new platform for myself. So sometimes people say that you are doing a lot of good for the world, bringing a lot of authors and other experts and all people for the world. But I also want to tell them that uh, I get the best seat in that whole room to hear to the best voices in the world. So that is
That's a profound one, because I actually went through your podcast and the stuff you're doing there. It's marvelous, I tell you. You're doing such a fantastic work. And I love the fact that you are so concerned about bringing solutions and spreading it across the world by inviting those beautiful and amazing guests. But I'm curious about something. So, what are the biggest lessons you've learned after hosting over 2,000 shows? Got it?
the biggest lesson I have learned is that focus on the real thing. Focus on the real thing. A lot of times in life, we start thinking that let me first arrange these things. It's good to prepare for a few things, but over arranging, over analyzing, overthinking can stop you from getting stuck. If you want to go jogging, even barefoot, start walking. Once you start walking, then you will take the other step, and that walk will turn into jog, and you will never not even realize it. That is the time you start looking for other equipments. And that is what the biggest lesson is, that start first and then add things for later on. That is what's most important thing. And it has in fact broken my own barriers also sometimes. In spite of being not thinking too much about it, sometimes inadvertently you start uh, creating such thoughts in your mind. So I've broken both
Mm,
those barriers for
profound
myself, and
words. I got
and it has helped me.
I got that. I got that. That's a beautiful one. So, what about this one? How do you stay consistent without burning out?
Right, right. So you got to. I would not say that you have to be passionate about everything, but I will tell you, Elisa, one of the biggest things that I have realized in podcasting is you must read any piece of paper. You must develop. If you don't like reading, develop that habit of reading. And you don't have to, when people say you must read, then it does not have to mean that you have to go to a big library and get hold of those fat books. Read anything that you get. Read anything that you like to understand. Read anything that your mind wants to read. Read something good. And nowadays, it's an information. So the biggest advantage for me has been that every bit of piece of paper that I have ever read in my life, that has converted and compounded into knowledge for me. And that knowledge has helped me talk to a lot of guests that I host nowadays from different areas, either from healing, either from business, either from entrepreneurship, from excuse me, life and death, from legal things to almost so many. Even technology. I was not a great fan, a great person in technology, but now I can. I have been able to talk to and learn from a lot of, not only the audience. I'm the first person to learn from such people, CEOs and all those things. See, so anything that you create in life, you learn in life, that will never go waste. It will be of use in at any stage in your life. In my case, it has been like that, and that has been the reason for enjoying every show that I do, and that is the reason for not getting that feeling of burnout. Though I do, but one has to also be equally aware about such a thing and be and make a routine of that sort that helps you take care of yourself, self care.
That's right. That's right. You learn in life and you create things. I got that. So let us talk about work. So let me repeat the question. All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So I said, how do you apply the Gita's teachings to personal growth? Talking about Bhagavad Gita. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly.
You pronounced it correctly, Elisa. And Gita is part of our, culture in India. And the knowledge, I would say, is that it's universal. It belongs to everyone. Now, some of the principles that, Gita, one of the main important principles is, teachings of Lord Krishna is that, do not think too much of the outcome. Do your work first. Be focused on the work you are doing. If you keep on thinking about the outcome, out the results, then you will not be able to perform your work properly. So focus on the work. The outcome is and only an outcome. It has nothing to do with your effort. Just focus and give your best to that work. Do not be attached to the outcome. You should have that detachment to the outcome. Detachment does not mean indifference. It is only about the outcome, but be attached to the working part, the effort part. That is the one of the most important thing. If we mix the two, then you will not be able to, look at the life that the same. That is one of the most important teachings that has helped many. I also benefit out of that. It does not mean that you don't track the record, your data. You don't keep track of where you are going. That you must. That is very much important. But do not be attached to the outcome. And if you are not attached to the outcome, either it is going to be victory and failure. These are all very different things. If the way you look at it, then you will keep on growing in life.
Beautiful. That's a great philosophy. Do not be attached to the outcome, but instead be driven by purpose. I got that. I got that. I love that. I love that. So let us still look at some ones here. So what does Indian culture teach about inner calm and purpose? Got it?
Yeah. Can you repeat that, please?
Yeah, I said, what does the Indian culture teach about inner calmness and purpose?
Okay. One is the purpose. I got it. And inner calm.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Okay. So inner calm, you see, it is all the things are so attached. If you are only attached to the work that you are doing, to the focus that you have got, your karma, your dharma, then the inner calm will be there. Inner calm gets disturbed when you are thinking about the outcome. You see, you take one step and you start thinking about, at the end of the journey. It's good to visualize it, but, don't overthink it too much. Then that inner calm will be gone. At the end of the day, it is one thing. Then you move on to the other thing. Inner calm will come with the way when you are detached with things. Do not be indifferent, but do not be attached. So that is one of the things. Secondly, inner calm is you do not have to search in others, in things. Inner calm is within you. So search yourself, search for meaning, and you are part of the grand design of the universe. So you are part of the big creation. You must know about yourself. That is where the self-awareness comes. Think of who you are. What is it that is? And you'll find that what you are getting attached to or what is disturbing your calm is such a small thing which does not mean anything in that larger scheme of things. And then you will find, your whole life has a different meaning altogether. The more you understand this, the more you delve deep into it, the more peaceful and calm you will be. So that is one of the things that you can do. Self reflection. Nowadays people talk about journaling and all. So that is self reflection. You do self reflection every day. At the end of the day, when you do self reflection, you will not wait 200 years to make that change or correction. At the end of the day, any self reflection, anything doing, you go and correct it. Don't wait for other things. Do not put conditions to your actions. If you do not put correct, then your ego will not come in between. You will be one with the only one, that is the universe, the God, or whatever you may want to call it. That is the purpose. Purpose is the focus. It just depends on what you are doing, which side you are. Obviously you should choose the right sides very carefully, but you should know what you are doing. Your purpose has to be in the larger scheme of things. You are a divine being, and look at the purpose that the divinity has decided for everything. You look at the stars, they have a purpose. You look at the skies, it has a purpose. You look at the trees, it has a purpose. You look at the rivers, it has a purpose. You look at the ocean, it has a purpose. You may think it is salty, but it has a purpose. If everything has a purpose, how do you not find your purpose? Focus on it, then it will lead you. Just think of it, that how can it be that everything else can have a purpose and God has not thought about your purpose? All you have to do is think properly, think well, and if you find that purpose, the whole, your full life will become of purpose. Be useful to others. Be useful to others. You talked about the mango tree. A mango tree
Yeah.
does not want anything for itself. It gives mangoes to others and its purpose is complete. If mango tree starts questioning, I am not getting anything, will that serve its purpose? It is not. And the mango tree. So that is the biggest inner peace, inner calm that shows your existence created by the creator. It comes to full circle. What else do you want? So you have to look at what you are doing for others, how you are serving others. I told you about my creator journey. People sometimes tell me that you are doing so good for the world. I never set out that I will do good for the world. In the sense, I thought that I will use my experience to bring all the best people that is possible into a place where people can come and learn and grow. And then that also, doing that thing itself gave me a bigger purpose. And that is where, if you just take that whole idea about making your life useful for others, your life will be purposeful in its own way, much beyond that you ever imagine. Like you have done so many shows. You are bringing so many great guests, on your show. This is the same thing. We are all both travelers in the same journey, Elisa. That is our purpose. We must cherish it. At least I am very, very fortunate. Every day I am grateful that God made me. I learned some skills, but now He has given me that purpose in terms of what I am doing.
Profound words, my man. Profound word. I've got to clap for you, AJ. Nah, 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 nah. Now I see why you're so good at what you do. It's amazing. I've learned a series of things ever since you started talking. So to bring this to an end, what's your top advice for new podcasters and for those ones who would like to reach out to you, listen to your podcast, or they have questions and they would love to ask you, how can that be possible?
Absolutely. So first thing is advice to new podcasters. So if you have not begun, then begin. If you did not begin, you will not start. So first begin. Just even if it is 1 minute, do it and post it. The time you post it, you will not be a aspirant podcaster. You will become a podcaster. And take that, don't take yourself too seriously. If you start, take your work seriously, take the thing you are doing, but neither take too much of time to put yourself into technology thing. Oh, this is not, I will get this, then I'll begin this. This is the mic you see, I've taken after 1500 live shows. Very recently I bought it. I was doing. So you add things along the way. So start. That is one of the most important things. The rest will follow. Things will not be the same way that you start. So do not think about branding. Do not think about your podcast name. Do not think about anything. Just start. And the way, once you start, things will fall into place. Mine started with a different, with the same name, but in a different way. And then you start adding. So that is one of the most important things. Begin and you will get onto that journey of podcasting. And you don't know where you will go. I never thought I will do so many shows. I've done more than 2,100 live shows. I never thought about that. If I had thought, I would never be able to do. So that is one thing. Second, in terms of contacting me, there is you can contact me. If you are on Podmatch thing, you drop me a line. If you are on LinkedIn, that is where I'm most active, drop me a line there. You can also write to me on my website. Also, there is this contact form. Just drop me a line. I'm also on other social media, but the best is you drop me a line on LinkedIn, because there I am quite active. I've been there, so it's easy for me. The notifications and everything, I check that regularly.
Got it. Beautiful, my man. So that's going to be the end of the show, AJ. Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing these profound words with us. It means a whole lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much indeed, Elisha. It's a pleasure to talk to you.